The reason why I don't be taking leave like how a lot of y'all cornballs be doing, bro, is because I realize the importance of having luxury. Luxury of knowing that I'm comforted with the fact that if I ever need to take a month vacation from some weirdos, I can do it. Look, a lot of you guys just joined the military, so you guys don't really know how to move your way, finesse your way through the military. And one of the best things that I've used or found out that keeps me at a normal pace in my life in the military is knowing that at any given point in the military, I could take 25 days, 30 days of leave, and I know I will always be straight. And the reason why that's the case is because of the fact that I never allow myself to go below 30 to 25 days. 25 days in my account, and I never go below 25 days. So this is how it works. In the military, you have 2.5 leave days every month as of 2025. And it's been like that for a long period of time since I've been in the military, which I joined in 2020. And ever since I've been in the military, you always had 2.5 leave days every month accumulated. And I deployed twice. So the first 2 years of my life in the military, I never was in the US to even take leave. Now, that's a lie. I lied. I apologize. I know y'all can get on me in the comment section down below. I did have the opportunity to take leave when I was on my first deployment rotation, whatever you want to call it, but I chose not to take leave. And the reason why I chose not to take leave is because I didn't feel like flying back to the US while I was already on my rotation deployment. And I just said, you know what, let me just stay here at my deployment site and just ride out these months. Because I noticed that everybody was taking leave and we were having half days, we were having days off during holiday periods. And I'm like, what's the point of taking leave? And I never took leave. And then I kept accumulating leave. I kept getting leave. And I was just like, I keep taking them. And I just kept working. And then on my second deployment, I never took leave then. That was like more so like we really couldn't really go nowhere. So there was never an opportunity for us to go on leave unless it was for a school or we had to go on mission somewhere or we had to go, yeah, those are the only times that we could really go on vacation. But even when I came back to the US and I was in regular garrison, I never took leave. Let me tell you why I never took leave. I never took leave because I found a code. I found a cheat code. And that cheat code is this. I'm about to tell you this. When you're in the military, when you're in the Army, I'm going to use the Army because that's all I know, that's what I'm in, is because of the fact that I had to take off the glasses. The reason why I stopped taking leave is because I noticed very, very quickly that if I take leave like how everybody else does, what break do I ever really get from everybody else? For example, Christmas and Thanksgiving, those are holiday block leave. Those are a lot of times where people go on vacation, they go see their people, their family, they go spend time with their family. I never really celebrated or did those holidays while I was in the military. So when I was in, I just never really did those things. And what I realized was it's like a waste of time for real. If you think about it, all that time that you're taking to go back home or whatever the case may be, if you're not stationed where you from, you're spending money on a flight, you're spending money on all of these things just to go home for a certain period of time, 2 weeks at most. And if you do that every year, you're not gonna ever have a safety net, something that you can always fall back on. So this is what I realized. When I came back to the US after my deployments and everything like that, I didn't even take leave when I came back from my deployments. Well, I think I had to for my second one. What I realized was this. Every year you're gonna have holiday block leave, which is Thanksgiving, Christmas, things like that. But instead of me taking leave during those times, I wait 2 weeks after everybody comes back from their holiday block leave, and then I take my leave. The reason why I do that trick is because of the fact that I know that's when everybody's gonna be sluggish, everybody's gonna be tired, they're not gonna wanna come back to work, they're not gonna wanna be here. Everybody's coming back. Work will commence. That's when you start doing things again. So I didn't take leave when everybody was going home for the holidays. We didn't even do we weren't doing PT. We weren't coming to work for real. We was having half days. We wasn't really even doing anything. So it's like, what am I really missing? All we do is come to formation in the morning and we go home. We barely even do PT because think about it. November and December, that's when it's really cold outside. Nobody really want to be in cold like that for real. Nobody want to be doing all that stuff in the cold, especially if it's snowing like that, if it's snowing crazy. Realize if you don't even do anything during holiday block leave when everybody's gone, then what's the point of me taking it? And when everybody comes back, that's when I can take my leave. And I do that throughout the year. So I work kind of in like the opposite direction of everybody else. I don't follow everybody else because it doesn't make sense. Because if you think about it, like I said, you will save your leave way quicker if you barely take leave. If you stack up that first year that you get in the military, year and a half, you'll have a cushion. And then once you build that cushion, you take it. Now, another tip and trick is this. In the military, especially in the Army, you have this very good benefit and luxury of having 3-day passes, 4-day passes. And those passes come in very, very clutch. And the reason why they come in clutch is because of the fact that when you go on these passes, whether you ask for a pass, you tell your supervisor that you want to put in a pass for a 3-day or 4-day weekend, and they say, yeah, you can take it. Instead of you taking leave, you literally just put a pass in. A pass is afforded to you. All you have to do is just ask for it. I believe that you can get a pass once a month. If you ask for a pass once a month, you're good to go. And I would say for me, this is my thing. I take leave on certain occasions. I take leave when I come back from deployments. I come back from long rotations. Else I take leave. I'll give an example. I'll take leave when I know that we're going into a 4-day weekend. What is a 4-day weekend that you may ask, or a 3-day weekend? For example, 4th of July. Nobody comes to work those 2 days. I'm not sure the days exactly, because it changes every calendar year or whatever. But on July, 4th of July, normally there's a 4-day weekend. So that means we have Friday, or we have Saturday and Sunday off, obviously, but then we'll probably have that Friday and we'll have that Monday off as well. So if I know that we're gonna have that off, those times off, I'll either put my leave, because my birthday is in June, and that's another blessing about my birthday. My birthday is on the 17th of June, so on the 19th, that's Juneteenth. I'll take leave from the 20th of June, and I'll probably take it all the way up until maybe, let's say, the 3rd of July or the 2nd of July. So that way, I have my birthday off because it's my birthday. I'll probably come to work on the 18th. On the 19th, we have the holiday of Juneteenth. If that's still a holiday, I'm not sure. Even if it's not, I don't know. But when it was, I would take my leave on the 20th or the 21st, and I'll have my leave in between 4th of July, and then I'll have all that time off for free. So when my leave ends, I go right into another 4-day. So you catching my drift? Just an example. Some people, I don't play that. There's ways that people can put their leave in, so that way you're not using too much of your leave, because your leave is very important. That's something that you work for. It's something that you use, something that you need. Some people might have clicked this video and been like, why does leave matter? It matters, bro. Because why would you want to burn out your leave? I mean, I know so many people in the military that burned through their leave so quick, they had no leave. And when they actually had to go somewhere, they had to go visit family, they had to go across the country to go see something that was very urgent. They had to go into the hole, they had to go into the negatives. And when you go into the negatives, you have to owe that time back. So let's say you go to the negative, let's say you take 2 days into the negative. You owe the Army 2 months of your leave just to get back to 0. So it's important to have your cushion. See, I'm in a position where I had, 60 days of leave? And just the feeling of knowing I have 60 days of leave, and currently I got 41, but when I had 60 days of leave, that was like one of the best feelings I had, because I know at any given point of time, if I stay out of trouble, I could just put my leave in, submit it to my supervisor, and they can approve it, and I'll be good to go. I'll be good to go for up to 30 days. I think anything above 30 days, you have to go to above the company level, and it goes to battalion level or brigade level. I'll take a good little 20 days of leave, and then I'll be good. That's why I went from 60 to 40. So right now I'm at 40 leave days, but I took 20-some days, and I went from 60 to 40. And another thing is that you need to take into account is the fact that if you have over, I think, 70 days of leave or 65 days of leave, you're going to use or lose. Use or lose means if you don't use these amount of days before the fiscal year starts or ends, which is October 1st, you will lose those days unless you sell them. You could sell your leave, but I don't recommend you sell your leave because you don't get that much bang for your buck. It's limited times where you should want to sell your leave days, and those times are different for everybody, but you don't want to necessarily do that. Instead of you selling your leave, use it. You earned it. You spent time in the military. You took your month of whatever you went through during that month to accumulate that leave. Use it. If you don't use it, they're going to just take it away for free. When you get to that use or lose, use it. Don't let the Army just take your leave, your use or lose days, and just take it away for nothing. I mean, that's not smart. Use your leave wisely. What I say is the first year that you're in the Army, do not take leave. Just ride it out. If you have family and you just gotta go see them or whatever case may be, do it. But try your best to have them come to you. Or if you do have to go see them, don't use too many days. It's just stack it up so that way at any given time, because the military is hectic. The Army is very hectic. And at times you just need to get away. And it's more mentally fulfilling to know that you have a comfort to where you can take a block of leave at any given time and know that you still have way more days. And when it's time for you to get out the military, when it's time for you to ETS, end your active service, it's a plus to know that you have terminal leave as well. So for me, I have 100 and something days. I'm not too confident on terminal leave just yet because I'm not at that point yet. But this thing called terminal leave is where you have leave accumulated, but you could take that when you're about to get up out the Army. So for me, I have about like 100 and something terminal leave days. I'm not sure how it works yet. I'm just saying I have terminal leave. So like when I'm getting ready to get everything in order, get my packets together and paperwork together for my departure date. So that's why it's important to have leave days. And these are tips and tricks on how to accumulate it quicker. Well, not quicker because you only get 2.5, but these are tips on how you can go about saving and managing your leave days. Hopefully this video was good for all the new soldiers or people who've been in the Army who need to know some ways to stop going into the hole for leave. And also, this is good for y'all who just want to watch my videos because y'all find me amusing, entertaining, whatever the case may be. I appreciate y'all too. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and share with anybody who you think might enjoy this content. As always, I love y'all.